Hans Themistode, FightHype.com. Here with Teofimo Lopez Sr. My guy, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling blessed, man. I'm feeling great, man. I got the best father in the planet right now. And you know, um, I told everybody because I didn't want to tell everybody the plan of what we was gonna do with Josh Taylor because I didn't want Josh Taylor to know. But everything was planned, bro. I went back into my old tapes, of him sparring with Uga, Sean Porter, and all these guys, and I'm like, well, what the hell is going on? What am I doing wrong? And I figured it out, bro. When I seen him sparring with Ugas and how easy he was just like, demolishing these guys, in sparring, and then I realized, wait a minute, he's not throwing the jab every second, every 2 seconds. He's taking his time and he's calculating all the moves that these guys are making. And that's what was wrong with me. I was making him throw the jab every second, every 2 seconds. And that was killing us because then he can't concentrate on the fighter, on what he's gonna do. And so I was taking away his magic. And I just made him a regular boxer by doing that. So he was just being like a regular boxer, when he was fighting these last three fights. And what hit me the most was that Kambosos fight because he fought really sick and that really turned me down. Um, and since that fight, I was telling him, you gotta be more active. You gotta throw the jab more. You gotta throw the jab every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds. But what I was really doing was destroying his magic, and his magic is to figure out the fighter, what the fighter's gonna do, what he's gonna throw. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Everything was technical, everything was calculated, everything that he did in that ring, we practiced, we did it, and that's why I said everything. Two days before the fight, I said it. We're gonna see Slick Boxer Gordo, because that's what they used to call him, when he used to fight in the amateurs.
so let me ask you this. Your son ended up getting that big time win against Josh Taylor. And then he retired and now he unretires. How happy were you to see that, your son unretired? And would also love to know, was the whole retirement thing just a kind of like a game your son was playing, or was he really
Not at all. Not at all, bro. Not at all. He was just tired of he was tired of everybody. You know what I'm saying? He was tired of well, I don't want to mention names, but he was just tired of everybody putting him down, not giving him his respect, for all the things that he has achieved in the game. He has done more than any other young fighters right now. And he didn't feel appreciated. So, he was just tired, man. He just wanted to stop. And he really was gonna retire. Like he really wanted to. But boxing is his life, his career, and he realized that he has to be in the game to make changes, to change all the corruption, everything that's going on, you know. And you saw it in the fight, bro. 15-13, 15-13. That was just ridiculous, man. And and you see everybody's faces, man. When they said 15-13, you see my son going like this, bringing down his head. He was like, he couldn't believe it. And my son even told me, he goes, Dad, they take it too long. They take it too long. And I said, there's no way they're gonna freaking rob you from this one, bro. There's no way in hell, bro. That was perfection, bro. That was an art what you did in that fight. You know, um,
it,
the
it,
what you did in that fight was just so spectacular, bro, that everybody was standing up in their feet, bro, when he was fighting. Like, and there was not one moment when he was fighting that nobody was sitting down, like watching their phones or nothing like that. Everybody was just freaking just their eyes open watching.
your son is pretty much the man now at 140 pounds because Josh Taylor was the man because he beat everybody and he was undisputed before he dropped all of his belts. And now your son beat him. So the ball's really in your son's court. Like you guys have been going back and forth with Devin Haney, talking trash to him. Regis Prograis says he wants to fight as well. Like who do you guys want more, man?
Yo, to tell you the truth, bro, we want everybody, and
Well,
a,
next,
a, a,
next.
a a big money fight will be Garcia. So we're trying to get that fight, with Oscar. We've been in talks with them. Um, you know, um, a reality fight that I think that could be made is with Prograis, because Prograis, he's the type of fighter that he'll fight anybody. With the Garcia, with the Devin, with the all those guys, it's probably very difficult. So I really think that the fight that could be made easy will be Prograis. But we are looking for the top fights. We're looking for the Devin Haney fights. You know, not Shakur, because Shakur just got into the 135, but we're looking for the top dudes. Tank, anybody could get it, bro. Like, my son said, yo, I'll fight anybody. It doesn't matter. We just finished beating the top dog at 140, and my son has proven to the whole world, he fights the top guys. He looks for the top, the top dudes.
Well,
And I wish everybody was the same, man, but they're not.
let me ask you this. Because you oftentimes you give me like really good spot on predictions, man. There's been a little bit of talk that Devin Haney could end up fighting Regis Prograis next. If that fight does happen at 140 pounds, who do you think will win that fight?
Well, I got, Devin Haney is the type of fighter that doesn't commit and he plays it safe. And the fight that he had with Loma, he looked scared. He looked like he wasn't himself. He would question his father. He told his father, he figured me out. He figured me out. He already got me. He already figured me out. He's telling his father this in the corner.
Yeah.
So for him to come out of that fight, with an old Lomachenko, because that's not the same Lomachenko my son fought, you know, um, at all, and a lot of people thought he lost. So coming out for a fight like that and going right into Prograis, that's a big step up, And Prograis, what Prograis has is something that Devin Haney can't handle, and that's power, you know.
So you would take Prograis
And
in that fight?
what I think Prograis will beat him. Like, if Prograis figures it out and goes in the inside and takes away his jab, because that's all you got to do with Devin. You got to just take away his jab and you got him. And if he does that, if Prograis does that and it hits him with a big shot, I think that he might knock him out. You know, but to me, I got like a little edge over Devin Haney with Prograis winning.
So
Maybe like a 10%. Yeah.
So if you have Prograis winning that fight, do you guys want to push for that Devin Haney fight now? Just from the standpoint of if like you said, if Devin does fight Regis and he ends up losing, a fight with you guys isn't really as lucrative or as interesting. So do you guys want to push for that fight right now against
Well,
Devin?
listen. The biggest fights to be made is with Teofimo Lopez right now. He's like, my son is really hot right now. Like everybody wants to see my son fight again. So you know, why would you go for Prograis when you could beat the top dog like we did? We went straight to the top dog. We wanted to fight Prograis in the beginning, but when when Prograis when Josh Taylor was supposed to fight Carroll got hurt, and then when he got hurt, it was the same. Bro, it was like the same situation that happened between us with Comey. You remember Comey was supposed to fight Lomachenko, and Comey got hurt. He had like a hand injury, and he couldn't fight Loma. And what happened? We got him. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we took Comey was because Loma didn't want to fight against us without a belt. So we said, okay, come on, let's go. And we took Comey out in 2 rounds, right? And that's what made us the fight with Loma. So the same scenario is happening right now. Josh Taylor's supposed to fight Catterall. Catterall, Josh Taylor gets hurt, with a leg injury. And then what happens? We get to fight the man, you know? So it's the same scenario. Twice, it happened twice. And twice beat the top dudes at the weight division in Loma and in and then Josh Taylor, which really made us 2 times undisputed champions, and
Well,
nobody's ever done that in boxing history. And
well,
I know there's a lot of people saying that no, because Josh Taylor let the belts go. It doesn't matter, man. Like Roy Jones said it. You got to beat the man to beat the man, and
I
we beat the man to be the man.
I think
You
that
know,
I think that your son. I wouldn't say that your son is two-time undisputed. What I will say that your son was the guy, the number one guy at 135 because he beat Lomachenko, and he's the number one guy now because he beat Josh Taylor. That's what I think. So I think that your son
exactly. But
is the
listen to me. When the fight with listen, every time my son fights, they call him undisputed. Okay, they call him undisputed. When he fought Lomachenko, it was for undisputed. I don't want to hear nothing for nobody. When when um when Floyd did it, because he had the super belt. When Floyd did it, it was good. When Canelo did it, it was good. Like, what's the difference with my son? Why should it be a difference? You know what I'm saying? The WBC is a reason why they made that belt the super belt. You know why? Because they don't want that belt to be fought with a nobody that nobody knows. So let's say for some reason you come and you go up the ranks and you're the number one guy to fight the champion, right? Sometimes those guys make it by fighting bums, fighting a nobody. So what Mauricio Suleiman did was he put that law into effect because for that reason, to have the best fight the best, not because you're number one to fight the champion makes you a candidate to fight for that belt. So that's why the WBC Super World exists. You know what I'm saying? And
and,
that's why Mauricio does it. Mauricio does it so the best fights the best. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Loma fought Teofimo Lopez, because Teofimo Lopez took the belt, the IBF, off Comey. And Loma had all the big three belts, because
and
nobody wanted to see Loma against Devin Haney. Devin Haney fought a bum ass Russian kid. You know what I'm saying? To get that title.
speaking of Devin Haney, in your opinion, because Devin has he has a few things that he has to do soon. The WBC recently extended the timeline on what he wants to do with either fighting Shakur at 135. He also has the option to, I guess, probably fight your son for the WBO 140, fighting Regis for the
But
WBC.
that's the fight. That's the fight that could be made, and he don't want it. He don't want it.
What makes you
You
say that
know, because
Devin
my son,
doesn't?
my son came out of retirement and told Devin, "You want this belt? You looking for this belt? You wanted it because it was going to be bacon, and you wanted to fight Barbosa. So you know what? I'm coming back. Why don't you fight me?
Have any nego
Why did he change his mind over the sudden? You know what I'm saying? Come
have
on, man. I ain't no freaking idiot, bro. You're not an idiot. And I know you're probably a big fan of Devin Haney and all these guys, man. But let me tell you something, bro. I speak it like it is. My son came out of retirement and called him out. He
is
called him out. Where's he at?
has
Come on.
any type has
Stop
any
defending these guys, bro. For real, man.
has any type of negotiations happened between you guys or no?
Yes, we called him out.
Hmm.
He don't want no part of it, man. He wanted to fight Barbosa's for the vacant title that my son was gonna let go of. You know
So
what I'm saying?
if
This. Listen to me. Uh, the only reason why my son came back was because he didn't want Devin Haney to take that vacant title from him.
if
He was just tired of that, bro. So we called him out, out of his bluff. He wanted that WBO belt badly, and they were sitting down waiting for my son not to freaking commit and to say that he wasn't going to retire. They really thought that my son was not going to come back, bro. And we called him out on his bluff. And the kid just don't want to fight us, bro. It's just the bottom line. And we still gonna go look after him. We're still looking for him.
so what exactly do you guys do from here then? Because you're saying that Devin doesn't want to fight you. Regis,
Listen, there's a lot of fights that we could make happen. We could do Prograis, we could do Devin, we could do
Ryan
uh
Garcia.
Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't really matter. It depends on what's gonna happen, you know. I don't get into that, you know. That's why we got a promoter. Bob Ehrman's taking care of that situation. And we're just waiting and sitting down and having a good time and waiting to see what's our next fight, what's our next move. Nobody knows anything. We don't know what's going on. But, you know, my son ain't scared of nobody, bro. We just beat the top dude at 140, which everybody thought my son was going to be, you know, dead in that fight. I mean, you had everybody, 21 experts. If you hear what was this guy's name? Argiri, right?
Oh, Chris
Argiri.
Algieri. Yeah, Chris Algieri.
Yeah. He said that there were 21 experts asked who they thought that was going to win the fight between Josh Taylor. Everybody said Josh Taylor. 21 experts. Okay. When was the last time Devin Haney was the underdog in a fight?
Never. Never.
Okay. When was the last time I saw was the underdog?
Josh
He
Taylor.
was the underdog. He was the underdog with Comey. He was the
No,
underdog with
no, 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 no.
Lomachenko. And no, yeah, he was.
Against
Yes, he
Comey,
was. He
I have
was
to double
against
check.
Comey. He was the underdog against Comey, and he was not that big of a difference, but he was the underdog against Comey. Yeah, I remember when they started saying that Comey hits with two hands, and there was no way Teofimo could beat him, and he was the underdog with Loma. He was the underdog with Josh Taylor. All right, that's 3 fights that my son has been the underdog, and and two of those big fights was with Loma and Josh Taylor, which we freaking, you know, we killed all the odds. You know what I'm saying? With Comey, it was a slight, you know, it was a slight like a 60-40 type of a fight, which they thought myself, you know, could lose because, you know, Comey was known as a banger. And I'm talking about when Comey had never lost. I'm talking about Comey had never been dropped. I'm talking
But no,
about the Comey
Comey,
that
I
now I'm
believe
not talking
Comey.
about the Comey now. I'm talking about
No,
the
I
Comey
believe
that was the Comey, you know what
when
I'm saying?
no
Yeah.
when your son fought Comey, Comey was a great fighter. He did have one
No,
loss.
he wasn't a great fighter. He was
No,
the man.
no,
He was the man
he was a good
at the
fighter, but
IBF. Yes.
he did have a loss against
Yeah, but
Rob.
you're not remembering the Comey we fought. We didn't fight the Comey that's right now. You know what I'm saying?
No,
That's probably
you
getting you
guys fought
confused. He was a dangerous fighter. He
no
was a
for
very
sure.
dangerous fighter.
That's
Yes.
what I'm saying. He was a
And
dangerous fighter. He was a good
a lot of
fighter.
people didn't want to fight him. A lot of people didn't want to fight Comey. You know that. You
If
know? Yeah.
but would love to know, man.
Yeah.
This might sound a little crazy. It might sound a little bit crazy.
No, coming from you, I could expect anything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the way, you know, the what you hit into me, what you're trying to say to me,
Mhm.
you know, you're a big fan of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? And and
Well,
and you got to give credit where credit is due, man. And
Tio,
tell me who's
wait,
the youngest guy
wait,
in the
wait,
divisions right
wait,
now from all
wait
the
a
young dudes taking the
wait a
risk.
minute. Wait a minute, Tio. Wait a minute. Just give me a second. I did choose your son to. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I think you muted yourself.
Only guy taking the risk from all the young talent right
No,
now is Teofimo Lopez.
and I'm not
All right.
disagreeing, but what I'm saying
Okay.
is, I did say that your son was going to beat Josh Taylor. Like I was against
Yeah,
everybody. I said he was going to win.
man.
So I'm
There's
not.
no listen. It does. There's no way, bro. Everybody thought my son was gonna get killed, bro, and everybody
Just
knows
look at
that,
my
bro.
Twitter timeline. I'm
Yeah, but
telling
what I'm
you.
trying to tell you right now is this, okay? All right, we are the only ones taking the biz risks. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't nobody mentioning nothing. Everybody want to take the easy way out, easy route. You know, the Tank Davis. I mean, how many? Come on, what has Tank done in the freaking? They call him world champion. The dude is not a world champion. The only world title that he got was with Pedraza, an old ass, a fat ass Pedraza that they freaking picked up, fucking selling hot dogs in Puerto Rico, bro. You know about that?
How would a fight between your son and Tank play out, man?
Yo, listen, there ain't nobody beating my son when he boxes. Nobody, not nobody in the world. You know what I'm saying? When he boxes and he's good and healthy, and he don't got no issues with his lungs or anything like that. Ain't nobody beating him. You
This
know. I always said that. I always said that.